red means go, apparently.
Look at all those
that.
sunsets.
Look at that, guys. Are you seeing this? Get out of the way, Dilly. Look at that. Look at that.
So good.
Did you guys see our video on Wednesday? If not, go and watch it after
Were
this
you
video.
impressed? Anyway, some of you may be celebrating the news that's come out this week about the roadmap out of lockdown, but some of you may be having quite a few questions about it. We're not experts, but we might be able to help out.
First question! What do the dates even mean?
So, the 8th of March, which is 2 days after the 6th of March, which is the gaming marathon, by the way.
Oh.
On the 8th of March is the return to schools for as many students as are able to return to school safely. So that's anyone without a critical illness. So that's in 2 weeks' time. So that's the 8th of March, and that's pretty much a set date. Now then, there's the 29th of March, and so that is the first day that 2 households or up to 6 people can meet outside and be in the same outdoor space together, and there'll be more details about that. That's what I know. And then the only other date that I'm aware of is the 21st of July, which I was chatting to Barrie from Illuminate.
Big up.
He was saying that when that was announced, that was 118 days time, which is kind of crazy. That's a third of a year away. So the 21st of July is the supposed earliest day that all social distancing measures can be taken away.
Like, what's going to happen for that to be a thing?
Well, so the main thing is that the vaccine rollout will hopefully be concluded by then, and that the majority of the population will be safe, and that there isn't a high R number still. The hope is that there's a very low rate R of infection. So that's the thinking behind it. But like we said, like I said, I mentioned, the 21st is the earliest date, so that's not like it's definitely going to happen on the 21st.
It's definitely no sooner than the 23rd.
Yeah,
if everything goes perfectly and no one else ever gets ill ever.
Yeah.
Until now and then.
It's the 21st of July, as long as we're really good. So keep it up. Yeah, and the same goes for the 29th of March as well. The closer it is, the more likely it is, which is why the 8th of March is pretty much a set date. Disaster would stop that from happening. That's what I know.
Thanks for that information, Isak. Next question!
Am I the only one that's actually a little bit scared of getting out of lockdown? And you've got some thoughts about it.
I mean, we've been in this rhythm, in this pattern for a year? Nearly a year?
Yeah.
A long time now. I know that when I watch films, I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are standing so close together, you guys aren't from the same household. I'm like, oh, but it's films from years and years and years ago when it wasn't even a thing. So we're definitely getting used to this new pattern, but I think of all the millions of years that we've been doing the normal life stuff, we're gonna remember how to go back to normal. And I feel like when this all clears up and it's all safe to go out and see people, I am gonna hug a lot of my friends. And when it's all safe, I'm gonna be like, amazing, it's safe, come here, Dippy. We're gonna be so relieved that we're safe now.
Yeah.
That I think it's just gonna be like, oh, actually, I remember how to be normal. Lol, remember that pandemic we were in?
What was that? Yeah, I think it's a thing that when you get there, it's gonna be a little bit like jumping into a swimming pool. You're gonna hate it for a second, and then you're gonna be like, oh, actually, this is really great.
But obviously, in the meantime, when things start to open up, that's still a little bit of a scary time. Not a lot of people are vaccinated at the moment at the time of filming this video, so things are still pretty scary out there. So just be safe, wear your mask, stay distanced from other people, all the things to keep safe. As we've practiced for nearly a year now, and we know so well, we're experts at it.
Exactly. And if you have any questions at all, I'm sure there'll be a link about coronavirus from an official source, either in the description or it'll be flagged up by YouTube, because they listen in on us and they know what they're doing.
Buddies.
So yeah, be following that, and yeah, be informed. Don't be afraid of what's being said.
Final question! The last one.
I don't know about you, but I'm really struggling with this lockdown, and so some other people, I think a lot of people are going to be feeling this way. I'm not sure whether I can keep locked down and socially distanced until the 21st of July at least. So the question is, what can we do to manage ourselves through this lockdown? So yeah, like Willow was saying, we've been doing this, we've been in this rhythm, so we can keep it going. Keep in contact with your friends and your family, and stay in this. And if you need support, there are things that you can do, such as...
We've got some lockdown support sessions. If you guys need a little bit of extra support, we've got some COVID secure, extra safe support sessions. Get in contact with any of the community youth workers. And find out more about that if you guys need a little extra boost.
Yeah, and these are totally within government guidelines and everything, so you don't need to worry about this not being alright or your parents not being happy with you doing this. It's totally alright to be doing.
We're allowed to do it.
We're allowed to.
We're allowed to.
We're youth workers.
You can also chat to us on social media, so on our Facebooks or our Instagrams. You can send us some messages, tell us how you're doing, how you're feeling, all the stuff like that.
And speaking of social media, and I mentioned it a bit earlier, you can get involved and be part of the wider Door community when I do the gaming marathon for 20 hours. And this is a gaming marathon that is raising money for the Door, so we can carry on our support for families and young people, so for you guys, and yeah, we can just keep on doing the good stuff that we do. So if you want to be a part of that community and be part of the fun that's going on, hit us up. Let one of us or one of the other youth workers. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube, because it's going to be here next week, starting at 6 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to get up at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock in the morning?
In the morning, yeah. And make sure you're following us on Instagram, because that's where you can find out how to get involved in the gaming that's going to be happening next week.
Next week, guys!
This
time next week. You're going to be like halfway through.
I'll actually be halfway through.
Amazing.
At this time next week.
This time next week, halfway.
So get involved.
Be there or be square.
Be around.
See you next week. Oh, also there's going to be another question time on Saturday
as well.
And lol, this is so funny. We're so close to you guys. Oh my gosh,
we'll see you on Wednesday for question for the Door tries.
For the Door tries. And it's going to be a fun one. They always are. It's going to be a fun one. We've got a special guest. We've got two special guests. Actually two guys. Oh my gosh, see you there. Bye.
You're welcome.
Look at this angle. It's cut off my head. I have to like slouch. Guys, can you move up a little bit? You're not seeing me properly. Come on.